Most people spend their lives trying to be good. Good enough for others. Good enough for society. Good enough to be accepted, loved, or praised. But in doing so, we bury something very real. Very alive. Very powerful. And that buried part of us, the one we silence, suppress, and ignore, doesn't die. It becomes the shadow. And whether we like it or not, the shadow runs our life until we finally face it. This is shadow work. And if you're ready, it might just change everything. Shadow work isn't just some spiritual buzzword. It's the process of becoming whole. The shadow is everything inside you that you were told not to be. Too angry. Too emotional. Too selfish. Too loud. So, you buried it. But the shadow isn't just your rage or fear. It's also your confidence, your voice, your power, anything you felt you had to suppress to survive. Shadow work is about turning inward and asking, what part of me did I abandon to feel safe? And more importantly, what is it costing me now? Because if you don't do shadow work, the world will do it for you. They're repeated mistakes. Broken relationships, constant frustration, and a haunting sense that you're living someone else's life. Unprocessed shadows don't stay quiet. They show up in your self-sabotage, in the way you chase people who hurt you, in the way you play small, even though you know you're meant for more. You see, your shadow was never the enemy. It was a protector. It learned to hide what might get you rejected, judged, or hurt. But the problem is what protected you in the past may now be the very thing holding you back. That's why people stay stuck. Not because they don't try hard enough, but because part of them is trying to stay safe in the wrong life. Shadow work changes the game in every area. Emotionally, you stop reacting from old wounds. Behaviorally, you stop repeating the same mistakes and start making empowered choices. Relationally, you stop attracting what you fear and start creating what you deserve. Financially, you stop playing small and finally allow yourself to receive more because you've stopped believing you're not enough. Everything you want on the outside requires facing what's unfinished on the inside. And when you finally meet your shadow with compassion, not judgment, you unlock the version of you that's been hidden beneath fear, shame, and guilt. You don't need a therapist or a book to start. Here's how. First, notice your triggers. What angers you? What embarrasses you? That's a mirror. Second, write uncensored. Journal the raw, ugly truth, not the version you'd post online. Third, talk to your shadow. Yes, literally. Ask it what it's afraid of, what it wants, what it needs to be free. And fourth, reclaim your disowned parts. That loud kid, that sexual energy, that ambition, that rage. Integrate them, don't exile them. Shadow work is not about fixing yourself. It's about finally accepting yourself. Because once you do that, you don't just change your life. You reclaim it. You weren't born to fit in. You were born to become whole. To integrate every part of you, light and dark, and walk through life as your complete, unapologetic self. That's what shadow work gives you. Not perfection, but power, truth, and the freedom to live fully. This channel is about understanding yourself, layer by layer. If this spoke to something inside you, you're not alone. Subscribe for more insights on the mind, purpose, and healing. And remember, everything you're searching for is already within, just waiting to be reclaimed.